I really would love to go to the bathroom.
If you're hearing our voices, that means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer and credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. Something to think about. I'm Russ.
Perhaps. I'm Jared. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, teasing on the intro today, huh?
Yeah, it's a little Sunday, I don't know.
Sunday, it's Saturday.
I know, but I was thinking Sunday morning.
Oh.
So, they do. Right. Yeah. Okay. Here's it. So where are you going?
Easy like Sunday morning.
Yeah. All right. So we're here. We're back with our full breakdown of Tarot 2024 horror film movie. That's already on Netflix.
Yeah. That's correct. That is correct.
Do you want to remind us, everyone, that's me, the listeners, what this is about?
Yeah. Do I ever?
Yeah.
In case you didn't listen to the Trailer Trash, which go back and listen to the Trailer Trash, the usual.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about here, tarot, when a group of friends recklessly violates the sacred rule of tarot readings, they unknowingly unleash an unspeakable evil trapped within the cursed cards. One by one, they come face to face with fate and end up in a race against death.
Nice. So this was our we do this annually now, right? Where we watch one movie together.
Yeah, annually, sometimes a couple times. It depends on how we're feeling, but yeah.
So we watched this one in person. Jared and Thais came and visited me here.
Yep, a very special episode.
Very special episode. We hung out. We watched this movie. You guys watched it. I watched it.
Yeah, Russ kind of watched it.
I watched it. So I didn't really feel like taking notes, so I didn't. So right. Thais took all my notes for me, so we'll see how this goes.
Correct. Yeah.
There's some stuff commentary she's got in there that isn't mine, but I will present it as such. So.
Oh, okay, great.
Maybe we'll see.
The credit where credit's due.
That's right. So everything that's not funny, she said it. So if it's written,
smart.
If it's written, I will read it. So yeah, that was fun. We hung out. We ordered some pizza. Our order got screwed up. We're so excited. Fun. We had pizza. We're gonna get mozzarella sticks. We're all excited about that. And it's funny because Thais was like, "Oh, can you get a ginger ale for me?" I was like, "Oh, the place doesn't have ginger ale." The messed up order though showed up with our pizza and a ginger ale.
A ginger ale. I know.
And,
what are the odds?
Some sushi that I'm gonna eat for lunch today. So I don't know.
It's like it was fated to be from tarot.
You son of a. So we were gonna do our tarot readings too. We still might do that for at some point, right? Are we gonna do that?
Yeah, we'll put it on our Patreon. We should do that.
Yeah, let's just say last night got started late, so we didn't really get into like all the stuff that we wanted to do. But yeah, I blame Jobs and Jared going on a golf tour. I guess golf is more important than this.
I blame it on the alcohol.
This little show we've got here. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So our prognostications from the trailer trash.
I don't remember what you said.
I don't remember because you didn't say anything, and I said, "Oh, I remember." I was kind of leaning into it being like a kind of mashing up with the town. Remember? And I was like, "Oh, a cop's gonna be on it," and I was like, "Oh, I think this lady's just like." The main girl here is like just killing all of them, which she kind of does. Because she reads the tarot.
Inadvertently, yeah.
Right?
She does murder them all, yeah.
Spoilers, there's a whole mom angle to this too, which I remember being really annoyed about. And you're right. Yeah.
There is a cop briefly.
Yeah.
He's in a scene.
Yeah. We're really hoping that the cop was like tracking him down. I'm going to figure out who's doing this, who's killing kids.
No.
No
Ben Affleck. Surprisingly.
Yeah, no Jeremy Renner.
You think Ben Affleck's like contracted to be in every movie that takes place in the greater Boston area, but
yeah, not this
one.
Because it wasn't filmed in Boston. Fast fact.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Spoiler fast fact.
Yeah. Took some stock footage. So we didn't do good there, but that's okay. We still did good. So don't.
Yeah.
I still want you to
tell us we're good.
Yeah, tell us we're good. Tell us we're pretty. So, you want some quick info? Moving along.
more than anything.
All right. So we had a dual director situation here. Feature debut, I believe, for both of these directors.
Really?
Yeah, Spencer Cohen, not related to the good Cohens, and Anna Hallberg.
Spencer.
Yeah, Anna Hallberg. So
Anna Hallberg. Okay.
And yeah, I'm just looking at what they've done.
Sure.
Writer, yeah, director, yeah, podcast series, couple shorts. So yeah, this is
I feel like I heard of that short for some reason.
Yeah. Other than that, they've done some writing. He did the story for the Expendables 4. Wow.
That's weird.
That is weird.
A podcast series, so they're kindred spirits.
Classified. And Anna Hallberg, yeah, she's mostly producer. They're obviously a team here. I don't know if they're like, I don't know how they're connected, but other than she did producing Expendables 4, Tarot, obviously, Classified, Blank, all the stuff that he'd worked on. So
Lovers, perhaps.
Who knows? Who knows these days? You can't know, right?
It could be anything.
Could be anything. So
siblings.
Who is this written by? So it was written by Spencer and Anna here. And it's based on this novel by Nicholas Adams. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to put a little pin in that, as they say in the buzzword corporate world. Let's put a pin in that one. We're going to come back to Nicholas Adams during Fast Facts. So remember that.
Parking lot that.
Let's parking lot that one. Let's put that one off to the side. Let's
circle back when we can take a look from a 10,000-foot view.
Oh, people actually said that to me. And I want to, that's terrible.
People actually say that.
People actually say that. You should walk off a short cliff. Okay. Who's
short
in?
Cliff.
Yeah, short dock. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean. Go away. You get the idea. Just go away. All right. Who's in this movie? Harriet. Some of these names I'm like, these aren't real. So we got Harriet Slater plays Haley. She's the main.
Cool name.
Yeah, she's like the main lady girl here.
Yeah, is she in other stuff?
Yes.
I'm going to ask about everyone. So
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can ask whatever questions you want. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, the newer one. I didn't see that one yet.
I did. She plays Fran. Interesting. Pennyworth, all the creatures great and small. Yeah, she's got some stuff. A couple shorts. Oh, she's only been in like 8 things. Oh, she's like new to the game here. Okay. All right.
Oh, well, great start to your career.
Yeah.
Haley.
Keep it up.
Wait. Haley's the character name. What's your real name?
Harriet. Haley.
Harriet.
Her name was Harriet. She had a nut. Says it from So I Married an Axe Murderer when he's doing the. Anyways, Adain Bradley plays Grant.
Is that Aiden or is it like Adain?
Adain maybe.
I think that's how you spell Aiden.
No, I had a little dyslexia moment there. Adain? Yeah, okay, Adain Bradley. I think you're right.
I don't know. Yeah, interesting. What's that guy been?
Kansas. He's born in Kansas, so still up and coming.
Yeah, nothing bad comes out of Kansas. Fantasy Island. We're going to do that one on the podcast sooner or later.
A TV series. So, okay.
Good job, bud.
Bold and the Beautiful. It looks like he's doing some soap opera stuff. So
104 episodes of. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he's in it. He's in it to win it. Then we got Jacob Batalon here, who plays Paxton. That's our boy Ned from Spider-Man. We all know and love.
Big fan. And that vampire show, he's funny in that too.
You can also go back and listen to one of our From the Archives episodes. Remember that? We actually.
Oh, when I had COVID?
Yeah, when you had COVID. You're like, I'm too sick to record. I'm like, just shut up.
That's right.
Stop being a baby.
Listeners, I need help. I need an adult.
You can go back and listen to our Spider-Man. Was it No Way Home? Which one did we do?
No, it was years ago.
Yeah, it
might have been.
Was it the first one?
It might have been like the first one. Yeah, with Tom Holland.
Yeah, Homecoming.
Yeah, might have been.
Okay.
There's no way to know.
This next, maybe they're a musician. Avantika. What is that?
Oh, cool solo name. I like that.
Yeah, is she a singer or something? Usually singers do that. You can't do that if it's a yeah.
Avantika.
I love it. A multi-hyphenate artist like us. We're multi-hyphenate. Yes, we're multi-hyphenate. The passion for storytelling and expressive thinking. Okay, so yeah.
Wait. Hold on. Go back up a little bit.
Yep.
She is the youngest Indian American to star and executive produce a Crown of Wishes series.
Wow.
What is that sentence? Like,
I don't know.
you know how many Indian Americans have starred and executive produced A Crown of Wishes?
Nope. Nope.
Like, don't phrase it like that.
No, don't. Yeah, so she's in a
Okay.
lot of TV movie stuff, and yeah. So okay.
She was probably one of the better actors in this movie, I think.
Yes, yeah. She plays Paige.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
in the new Mean Girls. Convincing. She did
yeah.
a good job.
So she plays Paige. This name, Humberly González.
That's a cool name. I like
Yeah,
that. It's like Kimberly, but Humberly.
Yeah. So it's
Well, I have a friend named Humber that I work with.
Humber?
Yeah,
Where does that name come from?
he's from Brazil, so I don't know.
So this she yeah, Humberly González plays Madeline. Madeline?
Cool.
Who else we got here? Wolfgang Novogratz.
Everyone in this movie has cool names.
No, that's pretty epic. He plays the white guy, Lucas, who dies in the orange line.
No, the money kid. Yeah.
Larsen Thompson plays Elise. She's
Also a cool name.
Aren't these names just awesome? She plays Elise. She's the one who gets she's the first one to go.
Okay, Gen Z. I feel like they all have cool names.
Yeah, I know. What do I got? What do we got?
Russ, D,
Jared.
friggin' letter.
I'm Jared. An old lady, cool name here. Olwen Fouéré.
Oh, that is a cool name.
Olwen.
Yeah, and she's in that movie Thais pointed out, the newer M. Night Shyamalan's daughter movie. her
Trap.
debut.
Trap. That one.
Nope.
Oh, this one. Right.
The Watchers.
The Watchers.
That one.
She directed that one. Okay.
Yeah. Wait,
All
she
right.
directed that one?
His daughter did.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant. I thought you meant this woman. I was like, I don't think so.
I was still in the train of thought of you saying
Gotcha.
M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. Anyways, okay, cool. Yeah. So she's in that. Who else we got here? And she just plays Alma astrology or whatever. She's like the old lady that knows everything at the end.
Yeah.
She fills in with a bunch of exposition. And then we have Kevin Cornwall plays Death.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Also a cool name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin Cornwall.
Yeah. Right? Hello, Mr. Kevin Cornwall.
Hello, Governor.
Hello,
Kevin Cornwall.
My name's Kevin Cornwall, and I'm going to play Death. Okay.
You need a chimney sweep?
Chimney. You need a chimney sweep. How much is that paper? Is it a nickel? Right.
Our British accents are slightly better than Dick Van Dyke's. So
It's pretty spot on. All right. So numbers wise, this made worldwide $49,104,745.
it's a decent amount of money.
Let's just call it 50 million, right? And this movie came
Yeah.
out in theaters in May 3rd.
That's right. I saw it then. Yeah. It's
Days before my
that's
birthday.
like 12,500 fanatics ish.
Yeah. Okay. Domestic, it was 18 million, 18.7 million. International did 30.3333741 millions.
Not bad.
No video numbers yet because it's just like on streaming services. So who knows? On a budget of 8 million.
Yeah. Incredible.
I mean, if they did 4 million, if they did 50%, which I know they didn't for marketing, even if they did 12
Yeah.
million,
No way.
no, there's no way. There's no way.
This is gonna be tarot too, for sure.
Oh God. No, thank you. So yeah,
Definitely.
success. Ching. Rotten Tomatoes 18%, critical 59, fan.
Which that's outrageous.
That is outrageous. That is outrageous.
Almost 60% of you.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's the second time through, I feel like it's one of those movies that holds up even less.
Yeah.
Like it was way worse the second time because I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Even like the funny parts were kind of ruined because I remembered them. So
Yeah.
it was a
Funny.
nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like, I'll give a shout out to the directors. I think it like looked okay. It was like shot well, felt like a movie, you know.
Yeah.
I think in like even the special effects of all the monsters and stuff, I thought they were really well done. So
Some innovative shots
it's
I
just
thought were kind of cool.
yeah, but I think it just comes as it always does. It always comes down to the blueprint, the script and the writing and what you got, which was the directors. So we can praise them and also blame them. So
Yep. That's
We're
right.
gonna
Or the
blaze
other
them.
thing that you're about to talk about in a second here, the other person we can blame.
Nicholas Adams, who, okay,
Well,
so this
Back Me
is,
Daddy first.
oh yeah, you want some, you want some fast
First
stuff?
and foremost,
First and
Back Me Daddy.
Okay. So this is loosely based on the 1992 novel Horoscope written by Nicholas Adams.
Nice. Good use of horror scope.
Yeah. Which this movie was originally be titled Horoscope. This is like another fast fact here, but it was originally be called Horoscope, and then they renamed it Tarot in January 2024. So like 4 months before the movie came out.
Horoscope is a way better title.
Yeah, definitely.
Objectively.
The tarot deck that was used in the movie was specifically created for it, which I don't know why they don't just like create that deck and sell it. Make some extra money. People would buy that. It was pretty cool looking. So.
Oh, totally. Yeah, a little merch.
Yeah, always merch. Like,
yeah.
Like,
huh.
You know,
I wonder who else has merch that you can buy.
Yeah, I wonder.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint.
It's just me.com.
As Glenn with one N always says, he said, not always, he said it once because when on his deathbed, but he said,
dead as hell.
Merch on. So,
yeah, I do still think that he might have died in the filming of this movie. I think we were spot on.
I think we were. I think he was one of the characters in this that died, and that's just actually how he died. They couldn't put it on film because oh, he's actually dead. Yee. So,
yep, he's actually playing the jester character, yes. And when they did like the spin around with his spine, they actually did that to him.
Yeah, yeah,
pretty bleak.
Yeah, ruthless. The director Spencer Cohen and Anna Hallberg are among the well wishers in Haley's email. So when she's in the email scene, she's like scrolling through, and I guess their names are in there.
In the email scene, oh,
it's so short. Okay. It's a blink and you'll miss it type of thing.
Yeah. Okay, now I remember that.
Wow. So we know
Easter egg.
Other than like this stock footage shot of like the Boston city skyline that they just bought somewhere, obviously. Filming took place in Belgrade, Serbia.
Oh,
yeah,
that's why it looks like Serbia.
Yeah, like why?
I was saying to Russ, I was like, "What are all these Serbs doing in the background?"
Serbing this, Serbing that. It was like, why? I guess it was just a vacation. There's like $4 million of your budget right there is going. Why would you do that there?
It makes Boston look not great.
Yeah.
No offense, Serbia.
Oh God. So there you go. I don't know. I got that from Wikipedia. Who knows if that's true? But it is. It's on the internet. So.
Yeah, you can't put it on the internet if it's not true.
That's right. So I'm going back to Nicholas Adams here. So Nicholas Adams, are you ready for this? Is a collective pen name created by Daniel Weiss Associates and used by several authors of YA horror written in the 90s, including John Peel, James D. McDonald, and Deborah Doyle, and Sherwood Smith. So it's like a collective.
Daniel Weiss. Why do I know that name?
I don't know. So you do.
Might be YA stuff that I read.
Daniel Weiss Associates, going now to them, founded in 1987 as a book packaging company, was then bought by, some spinoff or some other division, 17th Street Productions, something like this. And then at some point they were bought and were taken over by Alloy Entertainment, who is the one who produced this.
Oh.
You see how it's all coming together now?
Yep.
And Alloy Entertainment is like a subsidiary of Warner Brothers, where they produce books, films, and TV shows now, and is a production unit of Warner Brothers TV studios. So basically, Warner Brothers just bought this company, had all this back catalog of all these books and whatever stuff from this company, Daniel Weiss Associates, when they were writing this shit back in the 90s.
Yep.
And they're like, let's just farm this for movies.
So smart.
Look at that.
Yeah. These guys are geniuses.
Look at that. I did some work. I actually did some work. So
great job, bud.
Wait till we get to our notes, though, because I did not do any work.
Right. You didn't do that part. So
we're not there yet. So don't worry about that. Okay. Do you want to Hollywood pitch me, you mother tarot?
Clever.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
You had just as many beers as I did last night, so settle down.
So this movie is clearly Jurassic Park meets Scream 6.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Enough said.
Yeah, enough said. Next.
Yeah, your pitch. So Jurassic Park, we've all seen it. Yep. We all know and love it.
Yep.
Right? Timeless classic. I think one thing that stood out to me, the big bad in Jurassic Park, the T-Rex,
obviously,
is really just kind of misunderstood and then eventually helpful So like,
Yeah, he's kind of like the anti-hero kind of thing, right? Where
right? Kind of like the main witch in this movie. Like
mm,
she was trying to do the right thing, kind
mhm,
of.
kind of.
Responsible for a lot of deaths, just like the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and then like kind of has like a redeeming arc at the end where you're like, it's okay, be free with your daughter now, who's also dead, and I don't
This
know,
movie takes a turn for no reason at all.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
so kind of like Jurassic Park. A lot of real heavy lifting done by the plot armor of Tim, the little boy in Jurassic Park. Remember?
Yep. Yep.
He gets he gets attacked by the T-Rex.
Ugh.
Car falls on him.
Ugh.
He gets electrocuted.
Ugh. That's right.
Chased by velociraptors. Like
This kid.
he should have died 100 times.
Yes. Yeah. There's no way that kid's actually surviving that.
Just like Ned, our boy, Jacob Batalon in this
Yep.
movie, definitely should have died several times.
Yes. Yeah.
And then really inexplicable plot armor that they're just like, oh well. And then my friend showed up at the elevator, and that is what scared away the demon jester that was going to kill.
What?
Stupid. Doesn't make any sense.
What?
They're like, he's the most A-list guy we've got in this movie. We've got to keep him alive.
He's got to stay alive.
Yeah. Just like Tim in Jurassic Park, the most A-list actor in that movie. I know you probably took a little bit of a example from this too, but also based on a book.
Yep.
Jurassic Park, famously, right?
Yep. Famously. Yep.
And
It's pretty good.
one big difference: not enough dinosaurs
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah. We need to. Yeah. Someone need to pull the dinosaur tarot card.
Yep, the perfect amount of dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. So something to think about for Tarot too. The inevitable Tarot too.
Yeah. More targeting.
Now meet Scream 6. Did you see that one? That's
No,
the new one that came out last
with
year.
Jenna Ortega and right.
Yeah.
She gets killed.
Really
pretty quickly,
fun.
Like they do all that. Right? Spoilers.
No, she does not.
Oh, she doesn't. I thought she
Speaking
was
of plot armor.
that she was killed like right off the bat. No.
No, they kind of make it seem like it's going to be that, but it's not.
Isn't that like the whole point of the Scream movies is to like flip things, like to subvert things where you have like this, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. But no, she lives.
Okay, good to know.
Yep. And you know who else lives? Because I'm going for plot armor again. Is one of the main guys, Chad.
Chad.
And Chad is another unkillable son of a bitch. He gets stabbed. It's like towards the end of the movie-ish.
Yeah.
He's getting stabbed like 12, 15 times by our hero, the Scream
murderer. Guy, Scream face guy.
Yep. Ghostface. And he's laying on the floor bleeding out for at least 10 minutes while they wrap up the plot of the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And then they ship him off in an ambulance and he's like fine in the hospital at the end. They're like, well, good thing nothing bad happened to Chad. You're like, yeah, except all of his vital organs are rearranged now.
Yeah, just mush now.
Yeah. Hilarious. Both movies are like comedy horrors with medium success. Scream had some actual funny moments. This one had like one or two that I chuckled.
Yeah, chuckled. Yeah, the Sam Adams thing was kind of funny. I guess you're from Boston. Yeah. There's the chuckle moments of like, that's not what the orange line looks like. And
yeah, the chuckle moments are more like, why does this look like Serbia?
Yeah, that's not Harvard. That's Serbia.
Well, classic mistake. Like the big reveal is also like not really a surprise, kind of like in this movie where they're like, oh, actually nothing matters. And like, yeah. Most of the characters did die except for the main ones that you would assume wouldn't. Like it's a couple at the end, and Scream has a lot of that. In Scream, it's kind of intentional. It's like supposed to be like a little bit of a send up, right?
Yeah.
In this one, they just do the tropes, and you're like, great, which sometimes works. Anyway,
yeah.
I think that's all I got.
Okay.
What do you got?
That's good. I'm doing a throwback. I'm doing a way back throwback here. I'm doing it's the Haunting on Fraternity Row meets Midsummer. Midsummer.
Good plug.
Yeah, that was like our second episode or something, wasn't it?
No, it's probably like 10, 15.
I don't know, buddy. I was looking back at it and I was like, it was our third.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's wild. We were doing one episode back then.
Yeah, I know. These were like 3 hours long.
Listeners, if you want like a 3-hour long treat,
it's funny how we started splitting them up in in our episode 5 where we did Speed Kill
almost immediately.
1. Yeah, part 1 and part 2. It's like these are way too long. What are we doing?
Yeah, how long is the Haunting on Fraternity Row? Now I'm curious.
Yeah, it's got to be. And it's funny we didn't
look that up while you pitch me.
and just so you know, we didn't start doing the trailer trash until Robot Riot, which I forgot we watched that movie.
Robot Riot. I completely forgot about Robot Riot.
Yep.
Oh wow. I should go listen to the old episodes.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to, but maybe.
You don't think so?
I don't know. All right, so I'll give you my pitch while you look at that up. So yeah, Haunting Fraternity Row meets Midsummer. So Haunting Fraternity Row. I mean, pretty obvious connection. We're just killing kids, college kids on college campus here.
Yep, love to see it.
There's a little bit. There's not like a lot of found footage in this, but in the beginning, I know they're doing like the handheld camera stuff. Like they do that in the Haunting Fraternity Row. I can't remember. Do all the kids in the Haunting Fraternity Row die? I don't remember, but it's creepy.
Yes, everyone dies in that movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember at the end, they just like somebody like stumbles across this random house where everyone's dead, and they're like, what? That's why I love the end of that movie. Because it's stupid.
Yes. Unlike this movie where we like the couple and of course our quote unquote A-lister survives and drives off into the sunset.
Yeah. Oh, dude, only an hour and 42 minutes after you edited it. So
wow.
That's not that bad.
How do we get back to those days? How do we do that?
I don't know. There's no way to know. I think that's when we're like, well, an hour and 42 minutes is way too long. We should make this 3 half an hour episodes. Yeah. And then I don't think that really
No, we just like talking and joking too much because that's all we do. Right. Okay.
Couple of jokers.
And microphones. All right, so I think that's it for Haunting Fraternity Row. And it's a plug. Go listen to that episode. It's episode number 3. Go check it out. And then meets Midsummer, because really this movie is like a kind of a breakup movie, really.
Yeah.
The main couple here, they're broken up before it really gets going, and then they get back together at the end because they realize, oh man, but
trauma bonded,
yeah. In Midsummer, they kind of break up because her boyfriend he's a dingleberry, but because her entire family's dead. Where in this movie, her mom dies, right? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm assuming her whole family's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume whatever. They're all dead, right? So I bet they broke up because he was being like, I don't care,
Yeah.
And then the trauma.
Well, they explain why they broke up in this movie, and it's silly.
I don't remember why.
It's because of a tarot reading.
Oh God! Oh, that's right. Because she was into the card. And okay.
Yeah, she's like, it said like, oh, we're gonna be together forever, and then I was like, wait, that can't be. And then I did another reading, and it didn't change, and so therefore I had to break up with you. It was very silly.
It's fun, but don't get too involved with that stuff.
It's how Satan gets you.
That's right. I think that's it. I don't know. Yeah, and then some more kids dying out in out in Serbia or wherever that festival was. And
some fun deaths in that movie. Some creative deaths.
Some creative deaths in there. Yep.
This one had some funny deaths.
Yeah. The ladder.
The ladder's the best one.
The ladder's the best one. When the happy birthday song's playing as a ringtone, like, why would you change your ringtone just for like what? No.
I don't know, man. I mean, sometimes you just want to feel something.
I don't know. That's it. I'm done. So do you want to...
Oh, boy. Now we have to talk about the movie, huh? With all your notes. Good.
Yeah, this will be fun. Reading through these. I don't think Thais didn't really take notes for me. She just kind of was just writing stuff to make fun of me.
No, of course not. That's why I said take notes.
She took some, though. It was fine. Okay. You want to get into this thing and see how this goes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, you got to pick up some slack here sometimes, okay? You got to lead the charge here. I'll just be the guy.
I'm the funny one.
Yeah, that's true.
You're supposed to be the one who does stuff.
I know you're the color guy. I'm like the play-by-play.
That's right.
And when I stray out of my line, it's like, ooh, hey, go back. Back to
All right, we'll switch it up. Ooh, that's racist.
Okay, so we open up, we get Sony and Screen Gems and some song that I don't know, but it was like, is this the Screen Gems song? I was like, oh, it's the song that's actually playing in the movie. It's like, why would they do this?
Screen Gem song. What's that new horror movie that was funny with Pete Davidson in it, playing like a teenager when he's obviously like 40?
They're 40. I don't know.
It came out like a couple years ago. It was very funny. Anyway, you should check it out. That was actually good. But it reminded me of that, where it's like the music is definitely like a big part. You're like, oh wow,
okay,
a little modern soundtrack that I don't I've never heard of this band, but someone will now.
It felt like this movie, like the songs they have playing, felt like they were trying to go for like this 80s vibe almost, because like this song,
a little bit
of that kind of like horror, like 80s slasher.
Well, that's also kind of coming back too. There's a bunch of new bands like Tyson's been getting into some new bands that are doing a lot of that 80s style like production that I don't like.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. But such is life.
Here we are. It all comes back. So we get the gang hanging out by a fire pit. They're partying. Took red Solo cups. We got some phone camera footage. They're celebrating the B-Day.
I wrote in my notes, Russ isn't taking notes.
Yep, I'm not taking notes. And they're hanging out, and I'm doing pretty good so far. Celebrating Elise's birthday, right? And she's like, yay. Yep. And and then we learn that our main couple broke up just before the trip, because then they're cutting back and forth. We're like, the bros go
like a superlative thing. They're like, who's most likely to get knocked up before graduation? Ned. What?
Who the hell's Ned?
He's like, that's not even possible. Jacob. Jacob.
Name is Paxton, I think.
Sorry, Paxton is his name, yeah. And then they're like, most likely to eat shit off the floor. That guy who likes lottery tickets.
Lucas.
And then they're like, a bunch of Sam Adams product placement because New England.
I was like, because it's Serbia, and I'm like, wow, we got to make it feel more New England. Let's throw Sam Adams in there. Like, no one from Boston actually drinks Sam Adams.
That was probably the most expensive part of the movie, was like trying to get Sam Adams in Serbia. Like, we can't ship it. We gotta
like $3 million their budget. So they're in this,
like, most likely to get married. That was when they talked about the couple being like, and the guy just like storms off, and then,
I can't handle this. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we do a split screen between Paxton and his buddy.
Yep.
Who I just called, I think, the ex-boyfriend. I forgot his name immediately.
Grant. Grant's the ex-boyfriend. He's the main.
Grant. Thank you. Yeah. It's Grant and Paxton, and then it's the girls, and they're like,
when did you break up?
What went wrong? What happened? She's like, I don't know.
You do know. You did a tarot reading, and you're like, you believe too much into it, and you broke up with him.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, no, I just think he's not ambitious enough. And then meanwhile, it's like Grant and Paxton he's like, I think I'm just too ambitious for it. Yeah, classic.
Okay. All right. So they're in this crazy house though, which is like, Airbnb, like they got this place. It's supposed to be in the Catskills, which is
the Catskills,
which look very much like Serbia, but and they said they go inside and they're like, this place is creeping me out, right? And they're like, they want to leave or something, and then like
no, it's because
Paxton's like,
they're down to one beer. They only have one.
That's right. There was one beer left. The one Sam Adams
in the fridge with the label turned towards the camera.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Which is devastating. And they're like, well, we're in the middle of nowhere. We can't possibly get booze. And so Paxton's like, I bet there's some booze locked up somewhere in this old house, which if you're staying in an Airbnb, don't do that.
Yeah. That's how they moved the plot on to get them down to the basement.
Yep, exactly. So they do a little montage, like a little kissing booth-esque, where they're doing opening cabinets and doing whatever. And then they find the door with the keep out sign, and they're like, let's just bust it down.
Like the stuff from the trailer. And Lucas is like, let's do it. So they go down in the basement, and
I love Paxton's like, there's definitely spiders here. You know, what kind of line is like? Why is the script so bad?
Why is this like this? We have some other gems in here, like old ass astrological stuff. That's where they start figuring out what's going on in here. And then he comes across, like, they're all poking around, like basically digging through people's stuff in the basement, which they shouldn't do because the sign said keep out and it's locked. So what are you doing? But hey,
looking for booze.
And he finds as he pronounces it, like I do, the tarot cards.
It's pronounced tarot. Says one of the really annoying girls.
Yeah.
The good actor one.
Yeah, I think that was a Avantika, wasn't it?
Yep.
And then this is where like we kind of move along. They're poking around their child a little bit. And then we learn that Haley knows all about this stuff, and she basically just
it's like 10 minutes of tarot exposition.
Oh my god! It's like,
well, you see, you deal the cards to your friends, and then you read them and understand like what the things are going on in their life. And this card means that, and this card means this, and
she goes on about how
one of the girls is like, all right, where are we doing this?
Yeah, well, and she goes on about how tarot and astrology are kind of they're connected and Right. And she explains all that stuff. You're like, oh my god!
You can use tarot cards to read horoscopes, but like it's not super common. But you can totally do it, and this is why I don't care about any of this. Don't.
Yeah. So it is good to note that Elise and was it Paige? Yeah, Elise and Paige. They're a couple. In this, so
Avantika
and Larsen Thompson.
Oh, cool names!
Cool names. Larsen Thompson's on it. So, so we were in the living room, right? And
they're doing like another montage. They're like unpacking the tarot deck and lighting the candles and mocking the ghosts that live in the house, which don't do that.
I think I missed because I this is a Thais note here. I think I said this as who lit all these candles? And who lit all four of these candles? They did in the movie. That's part of the montage, yeah. Which I caught my quick rewatch.
Gotta watch the movie, yeah.
Pax in there, he goes off and uses the bathroom or something, and like isn't that the basement door like opening and closing?
That's like 10 minutes from now. But yeah, something like that. So before that, they do a whole scene, a long scene. A very long scene.
The note's a little bit backwards here, but yeah.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, funny how that works out.
Okay.
Good notes, bud.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll tell you what actually happened in this scene.
Go for it.
So they do a bunch more exposition about like, we really shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be using other people's decks.
Yes.
A bunch more explaining about tarot and why you should do whatever. And then she's like, okay, I guess let's do it.
Yeah.
And then she goes and does a reading for everyone. Right.
Yeah, but she's sitting on the couch, and there's a point where Lucas eats a chip off the ground. And him and Batalon look at each other. I'm like, what? Who cares? What is just?
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, that's what they said outside. He's the most likely to eat shit off the floor. Classic that guy.
Came back from before.
And then they do one by one. They all sit in front of her, and she's like, okay, you're a Libra. Curiosity leads you to the unknown. Blah, blah, blah. Something about ladders. And then you should slow down because you might slip on a ladder and then get crashed down on by the ladder.
Yeah.
That won't come back.
And I think I laughed at this point. I was like, she's going to slip and fall, isn't she?
Yep, totally. And like, next up, you're a Pisces, generous, creative. A line opens to something. And then there's a hangman, and he's going to lead you to ultimate surrender and hanging man. Okay, next.
It's like that quick clip from the trailer too. Them just like bouncing through and going through all their stuff. So I think I was also
Paxton's like, I'd love to go take a leak. Sorry.
Well, before they do this, I think I also commented like, who brought in the wood for this fireplace? Because who's doing that? Great question.
Yeah. That's part of the montage too.
Also, I think I was thinking she's a witch. I think I was thinking the Haley girl is a witch.
You were thinking that
at this point. So.
Yep, she is not.
We were also still figuring out where in New England they were, and you were like the Berkshires because they didn't say the Catskills yet.
That's right. I did think that.
You said the Berkshires, and then it says I missed the spooky part. Something about smoking too much pot. Which
they were smoking too much pot in the movie.
Yes,
Paxton's character. That's because you're skipping ahead now to the part where he's investigating.
I'm just going by the notes that were given to me here. So
I know the notes that you worked so hard on.
I know. Well, keeps things moving along here. I think one of his comments said, "This is gonna be the best episode ever." Was that in the movie or is that us?
No, you said that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're on track to doing that. Yeah.
Confidence in the notes, I think, was when you were like, "This is gonna be the best episode ever."
Yeah.
Then so Paxton's like doing weird stuff outside, and then meanwhile, there's a couple more people getting their readings done in the inside. And Paxton's finally like, okay, I came back. It's scary here, so I guess I'll do a tarot reading now too. And that's when his birthday's May 7th.
May 7th? Very close to
near Russ's birthday.
Near mine, yeah. Like we're almost hit.
You were very excited about it yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I remember I was there.
Were you? Okay, cool.
Yeah, May 7th, yeah. All right, settle down. Like I said, you had the same number of beers I did, so don't do that to me.
Well, did I? Because you went to the bar first.
Yeah, I had 3 beers. I had 3 low alcohol beers. Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself.
First rule of drinking beers, don't count.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think I aimed low. I think I had like probably 5 or 6, but no, that's not the point. The point is,
but anyway, he's got the reverse fool card, which you're like, of course, this judgment in your fourth house, which no one knows what that means.
I hated this. Yeah.
It sucks. Then they do the other guy who's left. He's a Capricorn. He's sensitive, and he's like, I'm not sensitive. And they're like, oh, you just did it. And then they talk about his change in his financial situation, and love is in the air. And then something about the also reversed. All their cards are reversed, which
that's not a good sign.
Doesn't necessarily mean anything, but
okay.
But it does in this movie. They're like, oh my god, all their cards are reversed. Then there's another guy. It's she starts doing the ex-boyfriend. Grant.
I think this is where I hated this. Did I scoff at this point? I was like, ugh.
Oh, you were Scoff City, yeah.
Scoff City, yeah. Then a can opened, and I said, I will remember this. This movie's not hard, and I poured a beer. So
that sounds right. Yep.
And then I asked, are you taking notes for me?
That's right. That's correct.
They'd just be dealing cards. That's it.
Yep, you did say that.
And then Thais noted that I pulled the death card as I just dealt the deadliest fart on the planet. So
yeah. No, you called it in the movie because that's when she gets the death card for Grant.
Yeah. Oh, called the death card.
But you did,
and I see.
You did smell awful.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what was going on yesterday. Anyway.
Yeah. And then they do like a quick cut, little mini montage because they're like, why don't we beat them over the head with what's going on in this movie?
Yeah.
And they show the little tarot box down in the basement, and it's glowing. And they show the witch, like an abbreviated version of the rest of the movie, basically.
Yeah.
Where like the witch who cursed the cards is like they just kind of give you her backstory in quick flashes, and then she kills herself, and you're like, oh, I wonder if that'll come back. And then the title card happens.
17 minutes in.
Unbelievable.
Power move.
Don't do that.
Power move. Power move. You can do it.
I'm ameliorating.
Just do it right. I don't know.
Yeah.
So then we're in a car ride back to Boston, Serbia campus.
Yep.
And
Paxton's putting on a horror podcast because he's a man with fine taste and likes podcasts.
That's right.
So
and
just like this one.
Hey, for this 4-hour ride, next 4 hour and 15 minutes, you'll all be shitting your pants because I'm putting on ITMT because they've got way more than 4 hours and 15 minutes worth of content. So merchandise too. So.
Ooh, yeah, love to see it. It's thismeansthat.com. And then there's a driving montage.
Yep. Little driving montage.
Yep.
And this is
gas station.
And this is they get a little more the girl who's gotten broken up because like they got the girls in one car and the other one. The girl who's like got her on her phone, like she's got the boyfriend there, and she's like, and then Elise is like, give me that, and she takes her on, and she's like, there, isn't that better? So
classic.
So then we're in Boston. I see Boston, so I think we're there. We're not. We're in Serbia still.
Yeah. Well, right before we were in Boston, that's when we get the scratch off.
Yeah, scratch off, like the kid does the scratch
off
ticket.
Outside the city somewhere at a gas station, whatever. And
probably
I just won $700. You're like, oh, it's like a foreshadowed that they did a minute ago.
They told us.
Crazy. Then we're back in Boston, and everyone's getting dropped off.
Yep. And then we cut to the sorority house, right?
Yep, that's right. And she's having a little bath and FaceTiming with her girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
Except things start to go awry.
Gonna have to remind me what. She
walks out of the bathroom after her bath and sees the ladder down from the attic in the hallway, which leave the house then. When the ladders, creepy ladders down from the attic, and you're the only person in the house. Leave. You gotta leave.
It's a sorority house too. Why is that all up there anyway? So just because she's
on FaceTime,
she does the old hello thing. I think here too.
She does. Yep.
A lot of hellos. So I said,
a lot of hellos.
It says in my notes, I have Russ asked me to take that down. Then said I'm the best at taking notes. I told Thais she's the best at taking notes. So.
Right. Yep. Good call.
She said I'm the best. I don't care that the main couple split up. I guess I said that all redheads look the same. Not true. But I think maybe I was trying to infer that the blonde hair girl and our redhead here look a lot alike because they do look the same. Mm-hmm. Elise is a redhead, and the main character's got like a blonde red thing going on there. I don't know.
What a new thing to say.
I'm just it says the guy who can't tell anyone apart.
Is what I say. Yep. So then
Yeah.
they're gossiping about the breakup. That's why you wrote that, or told Thais to write that.
Yeah.
And then they're giggling. She hears some giggling outside of her room, and something slams on the door to the bedroom that she's in. And you're like, oh, probably a spooky ghost. But instead, she's like, I bet all my friends are back. Let me go investigate. So she hangs up with the girlfriend, and then she walks out. It's dark, completely dark in the house because, of course, it is.
Of course it is.
And instead of being freaked out like a reasonable person, she's like, oh, I bet they're just playing another classic birthday prank on me.
No, I would scare the shit out of you.
So she sees the ladder still now hanging out of the attic, super spooky and dark. There's like a little ghost behind her in the background because it's that kind of movie where they do that a lot.
Yep.
And you're like, look, I saw a thing in the back. And so she's like, she decides to climb up the ladder into the attic because she thinks it's a prank.
Yep.
So silly. And it's not. So the lights start flickering, doing the old
power
ghost
outage
flicker.
Yep. Gotta happen, right?
And then she like looks down from the ladder because she sees the lights flickering, and then looks back up to the dark, or what once was a dark attic, and all of a sudden there's candles lit all over the place, and it's extra double spooky. It's clean.
In her card, the high priestess shows up, right?
Yep. And so she raises it up in front of her face.
In front of the camera.
Straight set up a jump scare.
Yep.
And then moves it. And then, no. Besides that, also does an audio flashback to, and then the priestess will like make you fall off a ladder.
Like we just saw that. Like we got it.
Yep. And so then she puts the card down, sees the spooky priestess, and indeed falls off the ladder.
Yes. And at this point, I think she hilariously falls down the ladder. And
so
then
funny.
The figure picks up the ladder and just starts slamming it on her.
Just starts bashing her. It's wicked funny.
This is funny to Russ. She gets hit 4 times. Phone gets covered by blood. Scatter. And then the phone she was trying to call her partner there, and it's the birthday, or her partner's calling her because it's a birthday ringtone or something, which I don't. That's right. I was kind of annoyed that was a thing. Makes no sense.
And then we get another unnecessary like witch scream jump scare for some reason.
Just to do it. Why not?
Just to do it. Yep. Priestess scream. Sorry.
So then we're
a crime scene.
Yeah. And we cut to a crime scene. We get some crime tape, and we're now but we're never in Haley's apartment though. And we get the police.
The crime scene's nearby. Sorry, we just see that.
Yeah, we just see that. Then we're at the Haley's apartment here, wherever she is,
which is unbelievable,
like unheard of apartment. That's this like I'm sure it exists in Boston, but she's not living there. There's no way. Like this is
unless it's dead mom inheritance. That's what we were speculating by the end.
That's right. Yeah. That makes sense. So, it's got to be because
possible dead mom inheritance.
There's no way you own that place or even rent that place as a college student in Cambridge. I'm assuming they're going to Harvard, right? I don't know. Did they say that or not?
Maybe. Yeah, it's unclear.
They tried to make it look like Harvard. Anyway, so
it's Green Lantern all over again.
Yeah, like this sick ass loft apartment with all the brick and everything, open layout.
Yeah,
can't afford that. Yeah, you don't live in Boston, you can't afford that. Anyway, so okay, then the
girlfriend's crying a lot, and she's like, we were talking all last night, and if I were there, this wouldn't have happened. Blah blah blah. Like no one cares. It's a classic, just like trying to comfort her. You can't comfort her because her girlfriend's dead. Away she goes. So then it's like later that night at the same fancy apartment. She's staying over now.
Yeah,
Elise, right? That's the one who didn't die.
No, Elise died. Elise is dead.
Okay, who's the one that? What's the alive one's name?
There's Madeline and there's Paige.
Paige. Thank you. Because Paige is staying with Haley at her fancy apartment at this point, which is a whole thing. And they're texting. It doesn't matter. The scene's silly. And then we cut to Money Guy who wins the lottery here,
Lucas,
walking home.
Madeline.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, you did a better job with the names, at least, just from your remembering from a few minutes ago.
Yes, that's last night. No, not at all. They're all the same. They're all literally the same interchangeable person that's just going to die at some point. It doesn't matter.
That's correct. It's literally, we don't care. We're not made to care about any of the characters.
No,
and it's fine.
No, it's totally fine.
So
but then
he's like, well, if you can't sleep, you know where to find me. And you're like,
yeah,
ew.
all right, yeah, can't sleep, just saying. Hit me up.
I think you said this was a good pickup line.
You gotta try something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, yeah. Oh, isn't that crazy? Lisa's dead. I can't sleep. Yep. So then we cut back to, doesn't Haley get into why she got into tarot and all that sort of stuff? Is that right now or no?
There is, this is about that part. Yeah, because this is when they cut back and Paige wakes up from a nightmare with the spooky witch and starts telling Haley about it. And Haley's like, well, if I were there, maybe she'd still be alive. And she's like, you can't think about that. I grew up in this house in Minnesota where I lived, and then my mom got sick, and then they do like a whole cancer flashback for like 5 minutes that doesn't matter. And she's like, and nothing worked. Like the treatments just weren't helping, and that's when I got into tarot. And then I just learned that to accept that you can't change fate. You're like, oh, I wonder if that's going to come back.
Oh, God. I think that's when I was like, I hate the theme of this movie. I'm pissed the main character explained why she got into tarot, and Russ thinks all these people are tied to her mom's death and she's killing them one by one. That's not true. I wish I was, though.
That would have been a way better movie.
I was also, what sort of Boston is this? And you apparently said LA.
Yeah, well, because that's when Lucas is walking down the street. We cut to him walking down the street alone at night, and I was like, "This is the Sony lot in in Burbank or wherever." I was wrong.
It's in Serbia.
L.A., Serbia, kind of the same.
All right, so we're at the Orange Lion kid, right? Let's just get right to there. Is there anything more important?
He's the one. That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. It's him walking alone now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, because it intercuts with him walking her home, and it cuts back to the apartment, and it cuts back to him, and now we're on his path to death. So
now we're on his path to death. That's right.
Hey, Mackett. So he's in the Orange Line, which there's no one in there. If it's after midnight, the train's not running, so I'm not even sure why he's there. Because BTA. And I don't know.
He's just kind of walking around. They turn into a classic horror scene where the lights are flickering and he sees the spooky witch, and then all the power goes out, and the hallways and the train station get kind of blacked out one by one, and it's like closing in on him. And somehow he like finds a exit door and escapes into an abandoned, so he thinks, train tunnel. And starts walking around on the tracks in this abandoned train tunnel that's also definitely not in Boston.
No, I mean, we do have them, but they're like, they're still the old tracks. I think I was explaining last night. Also, of course. Where is he? Because this stuff drives me nuts. Serbia. I think I called. I was like, one, there's no Orange Line station that looks this nice. Not even close. I don't.
It was so clean.
It did say he was at. Did he say it was at Haymarket stop specifically?
It said Haymarket. Yeah,
okay,
but it was definitely not Haymarket.
No, that's not what.
Like Downtown Crossing has tunnels like that to go between like State Street and Downtown Crossing.
Yeah, between the rail.
It's definitely what they were going for.
Yes. Also,
but it's never that clean.
No, God, no. This is like it's like a European subway.
It's like a pool of piss on the floor every time.
It just kind of has like this subtle smell of like fart and shit.
That's right.
But so the other thing too is if we're assuming she's going to Harvard, which the way that building looks is like that's what it'd be. He wouldn't be taking the Orange Line. So what's he doing in the Orange Line?
Yeah, maybe he's going home. Maybe he lives in
where?
Anywhere. Maybe he lives like in Medford.
JP.
Yeah. He lives in JP or Medford, one or the other.
And I think I made a joke about how he should have taken the green line. Tai said,
"You did. It wasn't
classic.
Funny."
She said, "Classic Russ joke." That is funny.
Well, that's what she said. A classic Russ joke.
All right. Settle down.
Should have taken the green line. Am I right?
Because it's shittier. All right. So, but he would have been alive.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like, so then she made a note here about some daily horoscope saying you die today. That was did that pop up?
Yeah.
Somewhere?
So yeah. So he stumbles across finally there's a pool of piss in the right place. And he like steps in it, and there's also a newspaper in it that has the headline that says "You die today" and a picture of him, which are like, why do that? Then he hears voices and the lights flicker. And he turns around and there's a spooky witch jump scare, which scares him to get onto a train car. And the spooky witch is also, unsurprisingly, on the train car with him. And they do like a handful of more jump scares. It's a whole thing.
Blah, blah.
And then they do the one big jump scare.
That really
and
gets
he
him.
like freaks out and falls backwards through the door behind him into an oncoming train.
Boom.
Wicked funny.
Yes, we all laughed. And that was that. And then there was a cutscene, and I think I asked, where in Boston are we? And you said England.
That's right. Yeah.
And then you questioned if it was
It's
PG.
like row houses.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, and then you questioned if it was PG-13. And
Because there was a lot of blood spatter in the last scene there with the train.
It was all right for PG-13. It's fine.
Yeah, I thought there was a limit on the amount of blood you could have, and then we talked about that for a few minutes. And
Yeah.
it was a whole thing.
Oh, so then we're back on the campus, right? Campus here.
Yep.
And
The next day at school.
Yeah,
Memorial
and-
for the dead girl.
right, and him and the couple, their main couple there, Grant and Haley. They're chatting away bad about the death, and they're like, I can't believe it. Or she's looking at the email, and she's looking at the thing. Okay, the invite, blah, blah, blah.
In my mind, she's totally still alive.
All right, babe, I gotta go study for a test. See ya. It's like, that's how you're gonna.
Kind of.
I mean, okay. See ya.
Yeah. Hey, I can't deal with this right now. I got a test. Big test.
Big test. He's gotta go. He's not good with death here, apparently. And we had a campus transition shot that is not Harvard or wherever it's supposed to be. Still don't know. So
That's correct.
and then we're in a campus
we get
library or something, like a classroom or something.
So right before that, they do a weird amount of like exposition where they do like a just like they're watching the news kind of. So like cuts between the whole gang here, and they're all kind of watching and listening to the same news, and they're like at the T subway station, which I was like, why would you say at the T subway station? And it made me really mad, so I kind of blacked out for the rest. But they're basically like, girl dies under mysterious thing, and then boy dies under also mysterious thing. Maybe they're connected, and you're like, what? And then that's when it cuts to the library where they're doing the police interview, and you were stoked because you were like, oh man, it's gonna be a police movie like we thought.
Yeah,
The only scene that they're in.
it's just
but they
like,
do like accuse them.
Yeah.
You're like,
What?
They're like, well, you're the only ones who are friends with these people. They're so unlikable. Like, who else would want to kill them except for you, their supposed friends? And they're like, we're dealing with the trauma right now of both of our friends dying in 2 days.
shut up. Where were you
Shut
on
up, you
Saturday?
kids.
Shut up, you stupid kids.
Yeah,
and it's
don't
right.
skip town.
Yeah, don't skip town. Don't skip Serbia. And apparently, I had made a comment about the MBTA is actually the killer, and Russ is on
That's right.
something. So killing my time.
And then we cut
killing my time.
back to Haley's fancy apartment where the whole gang is together again.
Sick. Like, where is she living?
I don't know. And then Paxton starts accusing them of murdering the friends. He's like,
That's right.
maybe you guys are all murdering my friends.
Whoa.
They're like,
All right, settle
What?
down. Settle down, Taurus.
yeah. And then this is when Haley has a big reveal. And she's like, I think it's fate that's murdering us. Like, have you guys seen that movie Final Destination? It's like that, but worse. And he's like, yeah, he got hit by a train and he got that scratcher for $700. And I said a train and I said money. And they're like, okay. And they're like,
All
and for the girl, I said something about a ladder
And slipping.
and she
Falling.
murdered by a ladder.
Do you see it? It's all fate. And that's why I broke up with you, because fate. So
And then the dialogue in this movie, they're like, wait a second, you think our readings are coming true?
what?
Don't write that. Like,
Yeah.
that's what she just said.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yes, but in ways we could never imagine.
Oh my God.
No,
What-
in exactly the specific ways that you called out in the son of a.
Apparently, Thais commented that she it is her line. I'm the only one watching this. The boys are arguing about kissing booth and Boston prices and farts. So, yeah.
That was correct.
Yeah. So then
but I was watching too.
So they,
Thais didn't realize I was also sneaky watching.
I was watching too. All right. So then they're like, well, how do we solve this? Let's find some astrology lady on the internet. So they start doing some Google searching, and Ned's like, that's not how you Google search. And she's like, I know how to use a browser. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, Paxton. They open up Paxton's laptop and they're like, "What's your password?" And he's like, "Password."
Oh, yes.
And then the background on the monitor is a picture of him vaping, which I was like, "That's so funny. Like, that's a good joke. Do more like that in this movie.
So stupid.
But yeah, so then they Google stuff and find some random tarot things, and they're like, wait a second. Now I'm seeing there's a group of people in Mexico who died after getting read by a specific tarot deck that sounds a lot like the one that we found.
Set up for sequels, huh?
Yeah. And meanwhile, Grant is in the background having the worst lines in the whole movie, where he's like, I don't know, guys, this has been totally debunked. Don't you think we should just like not worry about it and be sad about our dead friends? And they're like, shut up. Okay, we found this witch who lives in the Catskills or something. We have to call her on the phone, and like maybe we can find her. And so
he's like,
go straight to voicemail.
And he's like, hey, guys, I just found out she's like totally nuts, like off the like, what are you doing? The gang's like, yeah, let's go.
She's totally discredited, and like everyone thinks she's like an awful person. They're like, gotta go find her. Road trip.
And I think we're going to road trip right out of this part one here. Whoa.
That's right.
Everyone should Google search favorite merch for
road trip?
Road tripping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. The gang is going on the road trip to go find the astrologer lady in wherever she is in Serbia.
Yep.
So that's it. We're going to wrap up part one here. Thanks for listening, right? I don't know. I'm trying to think of something else to say, but that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on Thursday with part 2. In the meantime, follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That. Subscribe to us for Realistic Podcast and send us to auto download. And if you like the show, tell a friend. Tarot it to a friend.
Ooh, nice. Do a little reading maybe and talk about how much you love ITMT.
That's right.
Which you can also do on review sites like Apple or Spotify, wherever you can do that. 5 stars, a thumbs up, perhaps. I don't know.
I love thumbs up.
I think they do that on Spotify.
Yeah.
And maybe a little comment, like something nice, something sweet.
Yeah.
We could use it.
Yeah, we could all use it. Something nice and sweet.
Or if you're feeling old fashioned and you want to send us an email, you can do that. It's justbeatside@gmail.com. We'll read it in the trailer trash like we do every other week. I was about to say every week. What am I, crazy?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we did a trailer trash every week?
Oh my God.
But go listen to Trailer Trash. Speaking of those, all the old episodes, 300 plus at this point, all on the website, merch, click the link, get a coffee mug or something like that. Read about the team. We've got the whole ITMT team. There's zero information about Russ's book Host, but you can buy that wherever you buy books, and maybe you should. And all the other stuff that I talked about earlier, all the stuff Russ talked about too.
Yeah.
It's all at itsthismeetsthat.com.